allowed the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. In go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun. Live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube.
Thank you very much. Yesterday was Kalu's day when he visited Enugu. And as we have been doing on Mayegun's Diary Political, keeping track of what they are doing on their election charade trail. Because in the process, they do drop a few things. A glimpse of what they have inside than what they are telling people. Then most of it is pure circus show. Some of these are also an opportunity to see through what is really going on in Nigeria. So if you have been following, yesterday, Kalu was in Enugu. Yeah, he was there. And he told the Igbos that they need to join him, make him president so that they can enjoy the real development from Nigeria. That when they make him their president, he would make Igbo land the industrial capital of Nigeria. He said a lot. But all of that and the whole show put together all came down to money. Ladies and gentlemen, when Pastor Adeboye said the people that are got, despite the failure, the state of Nigeria today, people are still wondering how are they able to mobilize and get thousands of people to line the streets for them, waving flags, and at the same time sharing them up as if to say, oh dear, our saviors. It all borders on money. And I think that is one bragging right that the Obidients sort of love to brag about. We don't give anybody shishi. A sort of a political revolution, kind of. Anyway, there is always when you see crowd where APC gathered, where PDP gathered, right? And where Labour gathered, the Obedient, Abi. At the end of all of their shows, just wait for those who are going to eventually say they haven't paid them. Seriously. APC, Egbekegbe, intentionally militarized the eastern part of Nigeria, which is the Igbo land. The Cold War that the Nigeria politicians are always love to deny, but it is obvious, unwritten. Cold War, which the Igbos, the rest of Nigeria is having against the Igbos, stunted their growth, and it is intentional. We've said that many times. Now, you know what happened? Between 2015 and 2022, and this year, 2023, APC, Egbekegbe, terrorized Eastern Nigeria, militarized the same place, and they have been on an endless, ceaseless, state-sponsored killings. So how could you go to a same place and feel like you are welcome? I mean, personally, I think they have said before that they don't want anything from Eastern Nigeria anyway. That was what Tinubu told Babashir Lawal, the man that paid for, or the man that procured his nomination form from APC. Egbekegbe. So he was there yesterday. They pulled the crowd. They paid. But unfortunately, not everybody got paid. And as usual, people saw them by the roadside. Let's start from there. The aftermath of the Enugu show yesterday. For those who probably got half money, and the people who are supposed to pay them after the whole thing disappeared, some of them got stranded on the road. I mean, on the side of the road. Listen, look. Meanwhile, they said to make up their numbers, for that show off, they had to go to all the neighboring states around Enugu as well to hire people. We promise you, we'll pay you, we'll give you this or that. Okay? And then, so that they could have something as a photo, photo op to say, Enugu is, you know what I mean, anyway. So they saw some of them on the roadside.
All this APC, go tell you, say, see them where they sleep. People will come campaign for APC for Enugu. See where they pack them. They know if you go back to North tonight, see them. See them, see all of them. One of them be Igbo. One of them come from this state. None of them based here, see them. They just pack them for road. They do campaign finish, share them 33,000, abandon them. They drag with their drivers. See them, all of them there for road. See them.
And that is true, right? So, but those are the unlucky ones. Or those who got paid, but they were told to sort themselves and go back to where they come from. Stranded. Hundreds of them. Tinubu and the rest of them, they were gone. They've done the show. I told you yesterday, I said, it was a show. Don't take it too serious, okay? If you do, well, that won't be my own fault. A disjointed, impoverished place. A place they deliberately made worse. And then flaunting it right over your face and say, yeah, take, let's give them money. Or you see this particular person, this one is not escaping. They caught him. You have to pay us. You need to pay us. You cannot bring us here all from all these places and not pay us. You are not going anywhere. Look at this.
You can see such embarrassment. What a disgrace. They gave you money to give people and you want to run away with it. What a disgrace. This is an embarrassment.
You refuse to release the money that was approved for this rally.
This is a very big disgrace. Yeah, this is happening live and direct at Okpara Square. This is happening live and direct at Okpara Square.
And among those people, they are also on social media telling you the reason why APC, Egbekegbe, is coming to change their lives, all because of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 naira. So I've told some of you to be careful of those you actually waste energy on social media, replying them, typing. You have a lot of energy. So that was from yesterday. Today, what we are going to do is what? The same Enugu Obi was there today. So we'll follow through as well. What happened in Enugu today? Exactly. Just like what happened yesterday. So let's take a tour. Okay. So from their report, they said it was meant to, it was going to meet the students. It was going to meet the royalties and the women and then the supporters. But few of the clips that I have managed to put together are tonight, which means that we can take him on his word as well here too. So, like yesterday, they shut down. Well, in their own case, they don't give anybody any shishi as they claim all the time, yeah? So we are going to go to Enugu. But there is something that pop up as well. You know that me, personally, I have said it many times that the uprising, right? That the rotten establishment in Nigeria has done so much in their mind to suppress, oppress, and we never stand a chance of challenging them. Now it seems that that movement, that you can say the ingredient of resistance and revolution, is almost completed. I'll tell you, they are going to be desperate soon, and that's exactly the panic button that I have been sort of praying for, that if the Obidient could push it further and further and further and make the people, the establishment, right, to press their own panic button and start acting worldly and all that, then you can get yourself ready. It's not going to be a transition of power to power. No, they are not going to go down without bringing the whole house down. And to somebody like myself, it is a good news, right? Now, from their INEC registration, go and get your PVC, this or that, they have recorded 93 million people registered. Now, 93 out of that 93 million, 39.6% of that, representing about 37 million of that number, is actually the demography of young people between the ages of 18 and 34. Now, when you look at the poverty index of what Nigeria is right now, the poverty capital of the world, 133 million people living in poverty. Do you know that 70% of that same 133 million that are in that poverty are young people? So somehow, disobedient of a thing has spurred their own enthusiasm, which means they have the number, and somehow that demography, the most of them are swinging to one side, and if they should hold your election, there is going to be a problem. And that problem is going to be for the establishment that has always been fixing everything, make it look real, make it look like it's serious, but it is pure fraud and then, rigging. Now, they are beginning to feel concerned, okay? Lagos State is the battleground. 7 million people are registered and then qualified to vote. 7 million. Now, out of that 7 million, in the past, they had about 6.4 or so million people registered in Lagos. And in all of their election, the highest of the, after all their riggings, or all those thumb printing, multiplication and all that, the highest number of votes that they have ever recorded from that Lagos, the highest is under 2 million. Now, there are things that lead to that, where most people are never going to get their voters card, because those voters cards are already in the possession of Tinubu and other parties in Lagos for their regular rigging. Now, for the first time, that avenue is closing, and it's closing so fast, and you can see all the wahala everywhere that they make collecting your PVC a big of a war for you. It is deliberate, and it's going to even get more. That's why I said, when you keep pressing it and you make them press their own panic button, everything will go down. And for those who have been monitoring and they're waiting, the hour is near. Now, listen to this. When you saw what happened yesterday, you saw the context. And then you see what happened, you will see what happened today, and you put the context in place as well. So, 7 million people in Lagos. Now, they are saying that the collection level of voters' card in Lagos alone has now crossed over 4 million. For the first time, more people, young people, are queuing up to register to vote, and they are also returning back to pick up those cards. That's very unusual. So, Lagos, Kano, Katsina, Rivers, Oyo, Kaduna, all these places, there are something that is now sort of a trending and penetrating inward than people have ever seen before. Now, this is not to say, you can 100% say, oh yeah, it's going to turn around. Obedient to tell you 100%, we are going to beat them. But that's actually not what I'm driving at. I'm driving at something that 6 months ago, when you mentioned them, people will be like, no, John, let's talk about something else. Now, I am saying to you that just about 40 days or thereabouts before their scheduled election or charade, the establishment that used to say, are beginning to feel like the base they have sorted is now being threatened. And if you don't take them serious, that's fine. But let it be on record that we follow everything that lead to the implosion of Nigeria, so that nobody will feign ignorance. How did that happen? Some people are sponsoring this. Some people are enemy. No. Pay attention. Something is brewing, right? And it is brewing so fast. And I don't want to be sort of continue to live in that small world of forget them. You might continue, but it's not going to be in your own interest. Give me a second.
Buhari is going. Let us see what they are going to do now. God has cursed them. I'm saying that I want this to go out. Curse APC for bringing in Bola Tinubu. Consider his age. Consider his age. So am I going to vote for a ghost? No. Yes, I'm saying it. I know what I'm saying, and I can defend myself at any time.
So there is a report already. Are you with me? That those who made Tinubu your political genius of this era, after scaling the first planted bomb, which was to make sure that they stopped him from becoming the candidate of APC. Now, when he managed to breach that, he fell into their trap when they told him nobody will vote for him in northern Nigeria if he failed to choose a Muslim ticket. Yes, that's what happened. Now, which means he himself is counting so much on the northern Muslims to deliver him as president. But from the reports, that seems not to be working out as planned anymore. And like I said, among other things, they are now trying to see if they can pay some smaller parties. You know, they have all of, useless parties that they themselves put together and they are funding so as to make sure that no other group will be, big enough to challenge them in a way. Now, they are about to pay those ones to come out and say they are endorsing him. Accord endorse him. SDP endorse him. UTC and all the rest. All of these are the last minute desperation. Part of the effort, according to what we are hearing, is that Bokwari is making it clear that everything that is going to be neutral. Now, whatever that means, I'm not saying you should count on it. I'm just telling you few things going on behind. Now, Bokwari is saying he is never going to dabble into it, never going to use the power of incumbency. And that is giving Tinubu himself a big concern, a serious one. So part of that effort is when Bokwari told Emefiole to go and change Naira now, and then go ahead with his withdrawal policy, only for the same Bokwari to keep quiet. Now that DSS, because that policy alone is, according to them, is going to make it a hell of a job to actually access money and share that same money. They already have the money for the election, but Emefiole changed the money. So if after January, it still never extend the dates, majority of them are going to lose the value of the billions they are keeping. Now, Bokwari is not acting. The same Bokwari is keeping quiet now that the Daura Secret Service, DSS, are now hunting Emefiole. Emefiole left Nigeria since early December. And since early December, Emefiole has failed to return back to Nigeria. You know why? Because if he return back to Nigeria, DSS will arrest him. And they will arrest him for, they are looking for him for, what do you call it? Terrorism. They said they are looking for him for terrorism, forgery, as well as money laundering. Emefiole, Central Bank Governor of Nigeria, right? People said it's political. The INEC chairman, underneath, that one too, they are putting so much other pressure as well, either to get rid of him or bend him to do or give them more time to perfect things that seems to be facing serious threats as we speak. You see all I'm saying to you right now? You don't have to believe any one of them. Don't. Okay? Because they won't really matter. As the events that are going to be unfolding in the coming days and weeks leading to your charade are going to either show to you that indeed it seems that something is no longer balanced anymore. You will notice it. You will see them in that panic mode. And then you will then probably be able to decipher if there is actually going to be an election or if there is going to be an implosion. Event will determine that. Obi was in Enugu. Kwakwanso was in Bauchi. So as we are right now, with what we have seen, it seems that Kolu, Kwakwanso, and Obi are the real people running to be president in Nigeria. Atiku, in a way, the whole thing has taken a shine off him. Of course, when he returns, he's been away, Dubai, London, right? Long story. Now, when he returns, he'll pay as well, pull the crowd. But the point here is this, is beginning to make some certain sense that, yeah, if they should hold your election anytime from now, you can tell where some certain things will go. I mean, if not 100%, you're likely going to be more than 60% accurate. So let's venture into what is going on, especially in Enugu. I think I would rather start from when Kwakwanso in Bauchi before we get to the Obedience and what happened in Enugu today. Again, remember, this, to some people like us, is just a circus show. But at the same time, pay attention to what they are saying, how they are saying them, and look around just look around and feel around the scene of where all this are happening as well, right? Then we'll talk about it intermittently. So first, Kwakwanso. Oh, yo. Kwakwanso. Oh, yo. Anyway, let's go into their midst proper, where they were having their real rally, okay? Here is another part. I know. Then he addressed them, by the way, okay? You know something these days, right? These guys, they have their supporters, okay? When you see Kolu supporters, yeah, they will tell you how much is the best thing to happen to them in their lifetime. And guess what? If you feel like, no, it's just Kolu, what do you mean? They're never going to agree with you, will they? No, they won't. When you see the articulator or articulated demo runs, the articulators and gang, with confidence, they will tell you your destiny, your life, your future, if Nigeria is to be saved, only Atiku can do that. And they are so convinced. Same thing with the Kwakwanso, probably Kwakwansia, they are called. Yes, you see, they are called Kwakwansias. If you meet them, look at them. They will tell you, if there is going to be any progress for Nigeria, blah, 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 Kwakwanso is this and that. Fine. And it is the same thing for the Obedient too. Okay? So, they believe. In fact, being that Obi has become, in fact, yeah, he has become the leading presidential candidate in Nigeria. No joke about that. An Obedient will confidently tell you that shut up your mouth. You are just looking for attention. Obi is going to be the next president. Here you are. Four group of deluded Nigerians who are convinced that one of the four is actually going to fix Nigeria, that is going to be the change they are looking for, something that somebody like myself don't believe a jack shit about. So don't take it personal, okay? Don't. It has become so contentious in a way that when you meet deluded Nigerians, and then they're so convinced, every one of them is so convinced that wherever their own bias or biases are, is actually the right one, is correct. Or we have seen a lot of that in the past, haven't we? So Obedient, calm down. If this sounds so kind of uninteresting to you, you can excuse yourself. It's quite so easy to do. In a way, we are just so interested in who is going to beat who and what is going to be the aftermath of this whole thing. And good enough, you are mostly in the right, the book of the right people as well. So don't press it. We know what Nigeria is made of. And we know what, you know what I mean? We know what the system is all about as well. And if you think, it is all done and dusted, just like every one of those supporters of all these other guys would do, then live in your delusion, okay? But I love it if it is very consistent. Consistency, which we are seeing, and in a way, acknowledging as well. So Kwakwanso, talking to his own Kwakwansia, in order to change Nigeria for Nigerians, with confidence, by the way, he and his supporters believe too.
New Nigeria. Let me start by thanking Almighty God for this very historic day. Today, when we are going to give our flag bearers here in the northeast their flags. Our governors, 6 of them are here. The flag bearer in Borno, in Adamawa State. Unfortunately, we lost our director general of his campaign just a couple of days ago. Let me take this opportunity to tell Nigerians, not only people of the Northeast, that the party, NNPP, has come to an age now. We are in all the wards of this country. We are in all the local governments. We are in all the states, in all the zones, and in our national leadership is in place. I'm also happy to say that today we have the largest number of candidates fielded by ANEC, and at the same time the best in terms of quality. We thank Almighty God for giving us this opportunity. And of course, it's an opportunity not only for those of us in the NNPP who are given an alternative, and of course, it's an opportunity not only for those of us in the NNPP who are given an alternative to the two dead parties, the PDP and the APC. I'm so happy that this party has been accepted by the vast majority of Nigerians. both at home. Everybody today believes that our party is the only growing party today in this country. We thank God for that. And it's also an opportunity to remind all those who are here and those who are listening to us at home to continue raising the flag of our party, the New Nigeria People's Party.
New Nigeria People's Party. So for the observers, right, part of what has been giving them concerns, political observers they are called, okay, is that if Kwakwanso is going to control the north, as they are claiming, and with the Obis taking over of the southern Nigeria, where exactly is Atiku and Tinubu are looking at for the vote they are going to use in becoming president in Nigeria? So that's for observers, so, but it doesn't really matter. Opinions are free, people say, right? Now let's go to Enugu. What happened is that most of the time, right, the way I try to deal with, idiots on Mayegun's Diary Politico is that when they pop up like that, you sometimes, right, you have to know that in this day and time, what really drive people is mostly the mob pressure, something like a bit, I want to belong. That's what everybody wants. That's what I want to. I mean, if everybody wants it, then that it was good. I want it too. So that we can all regret at the same time and all that. So in the process, right, humans, or should I say we, naturally feels like if somebody is seen as your enemy, right? Then if I claim to like you, then I must also take that person as my enemy right away. You know that mentality. Whoever they have a disdain for, right? If you have disdain for that same people, then you probably won't have any issue. But if you don't have that much disdain as they do, then you are an enemy. So I don't inherit people's enemy, okay? I logically share my views, and then I let people know my stand as well, okay? So there is no point in you trying to run mad or run riot simply because some of the things that will be said are likely not going to go down well with you. Why? Because you have somebody that you actually somehow feel like is the best. And nobody should say anything anyhow about them, right? On Mayegun's Diary Politico, as long as you are Nigeria politician, including Obi, do you understand? We will say anything and everything about them. Do you understand? But the point here is that on Mayegun's Diary Politico, lucky you, right? We have seen Obi and your Obidient and everyone as the official tormentor that is ready to go head to head with the criminals, career criminals, who have always believed that, they have the whole country on lockdown, and anything, whatever no matter how much you disagree with the system and all that, you will either end up in any of those criminal groups. So you changing that is something that is marvelous. And a lot of us want you to push that even to the end. And that's why you see favor on here. We could take on Obi, we could take on anybody that much, but it is of no value because when you take up on him, you are helping the rotten establishment. So don't push it. Do you get that now? It doesn't mean any of us are in. I personally, I am not interested in who becomes your president. I am more interested in the process that will lead to that your charade, during your charade, then aftermath of your charade, which is actually the most important part of this whole thing. Now, you may not be interested in that. I understand. You understand that? So don't push it. We have no love or respect for any Nigeria politician, any of them, including Obi. But we give it, I am interested in the Obidient because why? I know the story. I know how Obi became what he is today. I know the story that led to that. And I respect it. Do you understand? So when I see Obi, Obidient and all that, I don't usually see Obi. I've told people, I said, he's so pedestrian for somebody like me. It's not because he's a billionaire, he's been to different institutions and all that, but when he talks, he's so pedestrian, he's so ordinary. But, well, maybe ordinary is good. I don't know, yeah? But fine. But when I remember the story that led to his emergence, I know it is not his own making. So that's why I respect. That doesn't make me a friend of any of your politicians, okay? Well, it's good. So if we see any recalcitrant, any recalcitrant idiots on Mayegun's Diary Political, any of them that is trying to act up, okay, just let them know that we have a whip here. I can put them where they belong, where they should belong. Do you understand? Yes, I can do that. I mean, ask articulators. Ask Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris. We always handle them on Mayegun's Diary Political, so don't push it, please. Okay? And the least you can do is to excuse yourself as well. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is that we're going to go to Enugu, okay? And I am going to take a look at, the list, the attendees, and I'll take care of those wearies, who, instead of them just maintaining to be obedient, they will always show their idiocy, their madness, and they will always want everybody to call them obidiots, but they are never going to make us go out on them, okay? So let's go to Enugu. I'll go and clean the shit now, okay? Many of them will kind of frustrate here, right? I'll take care of them. Now, let's go to Enugu, where Obi and the Obidients replicated a campaign of, we are coming as they claim. This time around, yeah? It was more and more dramatical, right? It all started when it was to meet with the Enugu, Nsukka, that's the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, the students there, where it was. Watch this. Its arrival. No, it was bigger than that. Do you understand? And he seemed to have adopted a particular style by tilting more towards that demography of young people, students, young people, women and stuff like that. The demography that actually populates what makes up the list of your 2023 voters register, right? So he met with the students, in their own main hall, by the way, where he addressed them. So I think I have a clip. Must be this.
That vote was not the same. If there was not 200 million people, 1.5. Where's our talent in education, in missing? Where's our talent in this? We're all in school. When we had even a Enugu here, who's the house piece of Kotian, Tinubu. We were all campus here. We were in school together. When we used to have students, everybody. They are there. The whole thing has changed. We can't go on this way. Yes, sir. It is absolutely possible. And everything. That's what we want to change. That's what we want to bring. This job requires it requires physical and mental energy. It's not a retirement home. Because Nigeria is already sick. You can't give it to a sick person to manage. God bless all of you.
Arrival of the...
Anyway, thank you very much for that. So some people will listen there. You heard the shot fired, on education and then on health, where he said some people cannot stand the way I'm standing here with you right now, but there is more. Okay, so he left the students, right? Leaving them was actually, it's like war. Okay, there's a tiny short clip for that. Let me see. So they had to drag him out of there when so much people are like, However, a strip then took him to the main event, even though on the side there were women, including Mama G. This one.
Mama G. I can see woman in the Enugu North. I'll never know. Woman in the Enugu North. That's a long game. Nadia, was it? I'm from the
That was the meeting with the women, I believe. So I think after that, that was when they left for what do you call? That's when they left for Unsuka. No, sorry, Michael Okpara's auditorium or stadium. I'll take you there in a moment.
Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah.
Sorry, guys. I just thought we should. I was trying to put something on, then I thought, why not just thank God? Alhamdulillah means I'm thankful to God. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, and all of that. Forget the rest, okay? So now let's go to the main event. There is this part, which is actually the part that led to the students' conversation in a way. I wanted to share that with you before we go to that main auditorium main place where you had this real conversation, which we are all going to listen to, okay? Yeah, again, just going back to those students.
As we are here at Michael Okpara Square, where the presidential candidate of the Labour Party is arriving here this minute, and they are ready to welcome him. You can see the Mama's Club here. They are here filled to the brim at Michael Okpara Square, and we expect that he has just landed at Michael Okpara Square. As you are watching our live update, you can see how it's happening here. Live at Michael Okpara Square. As you are joining Amoko TV, you can tell us where you are joining us from. Share this video. Let it go viral. The man of the moment, the man of the people, he is here, and you can see the crowd. Share this video. Let it go viral. Share the video. Let it go viral. Let it go viral. Let it go viral. He is here. The man of the people. Tell us how you feel about it. Tell us how you feel. Share this video. Share this video. Let it go viral that he's here. The man people have been waiting for. You can see that the people left their seats and where they are and moved down. You can see the man of the moment, Mr. Peter Obi, is here. He has arrived. The man of the moment is here. There is going to be a kind of a stampede today at Okpara Square. The crowd cannot be controlled by the security agencies. You can see how happy the Nigerians are, how they feel about everything that is happening. The crowd cannot be controlled by the security agencies. As you can see, how it's happening live here. Tell us how you feel and share this video too. Different dance group, different people from different walks of life. They are enjoying the moment. They are happy. say the mammoth crowd. Tell us how you feel about the moment. Tell us what you feel. And share this video, let it go viral too.
Thank you, Jare, my brother. Your commentary is even like a little bit more funnier than what we are seeing in the clip, or even paying attention. Yeah, that was him arriving at the venue of his campaign. Okay, and that's exactly like I said. As you are following this event, okay, there are some level of context I wanted to actually look into. Okay, and these are looking at the whole frame of people that, number one, they are like opposite of what APC, Egbekegbe, and PDP, as they are known. They are opposite of how they are mobilizing and the rest of that, right? They are opposite of that. Now, if people willingly come out, as we have seen, so do you think? And this is something I want you to pay attention to. When you see that crowd, or you see the mood of his supporters and all that, and it is the same everywhere it's been to. Even if he goes to northern Nigeria, it is the same. They may not be as massive as you will want to see, right? But whenever you see them, they believe that they came out on their own. And every day, this is growing. That is what I want us to acknowledge from the whole clip. Now, if you have your own conclusion that it's going nowhere, see, I have no objection to that, or a support to that in a way. If you say he's going to be your next president, I have no objection to that, and I have no what have you to it. But there are other things that could either put credence to what I believe and to what you believe as well. And this is why I want you to pay attention to this event. Okay. Now, if they can be read right, the reason why majority of us believe that there will be a problem is that if all these people not paid to come out and display that kind of what have you, or love of affection or what have you, and it is almost the same thing everywhere all over Nigeria that he's been to. Now that tells you that if there is if the system decides to do what they do best, like many believe they would, right? Do what they do best and try to tame them. Do you really think there will be no resistance? That is where I sort of belong, to see what will happen. If indeed what we are seeing is anything to actually depend on or rely upon as a data, then to stop people like that through the usual known rigging may actually not be as easy as you have known it. Even if they have to pull it off, there will be consequences. And that's exactly what I want you to study in most of all these clips. Okay? People are gathering. When you gathered where you are paid, okay? Whatever happened afterward, you may not really be so concerned with you. But when you gather where you willingly went, and that is so impressive, and you get shortchanged, you are likely not going to keep quiet. That is the context I want you to read into those clips. Okay? Look beyond every other person's biases for now. Just look at what is obvious, what is seen, what you can see, not what you are being told now. Then maybe you can use my context at that point as advice. Let's go further. You see that my guy with the comment, his commentary is even like an extra. So now that he made his way into the venue proper, watch this.
As we are here,
Hey, Odakpe, I have sort of mixed them up in a way. But what we're going to do is that we're going to go with this.
The arrival of the Labour Party presidential candidate to Michael Opera Square, His Excellency Dr. Peter Obi, he has come back again after his first arrival. As you are joining Amoko TV live update, you can see how they are moving. Share this video, tell us how you feel about the very man, Obi. He is here, the man of the people, the man of the moment. He is here. Share this video. Share this video as he's coming. Controlling the crowd here is a very big question, and keep sharing this video as it's happening live at Michael Opera Square. The crowd is much. The crowd is much. Is here, the man of the moment, His Excellency Dr. Peter Obi. He is here live. That's a very big as we go. To be controlled by the security agencies. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you share this live video. You can say the love for a man, for his people. Genuine love for a politician in Nigeria. There is a stampede that will not move in again. Everywhere is blocked. As you can see, Michael Opera Square, Enugu, the love is much from the people to Mr. Peter Obi. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you share this video. And follow our page for more updates.
long one. I know. Mayegun take it off now. I beg. I know. But at least let's listen to what he had to say when he eventually made it to the stage. That's the part that you can now pick and quote whatever he says there. And I'm coming back for my own, I won't say, Obi at Enugu rally today.
Look after them, they will have insurance in case anything happens to them, to their family. So they do their work. We will ensure the rule of law in Nigeria. We will ensure that they can move Nigeria for consumption and people will have jobs. If we have government for 2 years, anybody from the southeast will not need to go anywhere to start from any part of the world. People who fly from Abuja to any part of the world, they fly from Manila to any part of the world, and they raise you for photo from Port Harcourt, and they do it from Kano. Because the country will start moving again.
See a drone with a Labour Party flag flying so high. Please share this video. Let us understand and hear what this man has to say, His Excellency Mr. Obi.
We want them to carry Nigerian passport and say, I'm a Nigerian. We don't want you to run away. We want those who left to come back. And those students in university today, no more officers, right? 4 years will be 4 years. 5 years will be 5 years. If you waste time in university because you fail, not because there's a strike. Nothing else in university. He goes to universities and they are working. The difference between the two of us is that no other candidate, no vice presidential candidate, no presidential candidate, two of us are well creators. Two of us are created well for absent politics. So we know how to create well. That's why he said we will go from wealth wasted to wealth creation. That's what two of us will do. Two of us are prepared for the job. In terms of education, if you combine the two of us, no place group is more educated than we are.
Very sound.
Everybody knows his background. You know his name. You know the university he went. You can go and Google my own, you see. If you read social media now, I'll tell you, somebody showed the transition and they said, Peter Obi's company is stronger than that. I left London in the year 2006 when I became governor. I called white man. I said, take all your documents back. Me, I'm going back to my country. I'm not a US citizen. All we
This is Peter Obi's speech.
So we don't talk and say, even nobody can tell me, say, those people went on to, went on road like a this job requires energy. Requires physical. You see me now, sis, I don't go university here. No, she can come back. I will go on the channel. I love you, man.
Peter Obi's speech at Michael Opera Square, Enugu. As you are following Amoko TV, share this video, let it go viral, let others know what is happening here at Michael Opera Square.
This man don't go today. Today don't go Kano.
Let others hear.
He don't go Kano. He don't go Kaduna. They don't feel black. So we want you to show you next year, this year's election. This year's election will not be transparent. Everybody has told you, no tribe buys bread cheaper. Every tribe is suffering in Nigeria. This year's election will not be by religion. No religion buys bread cheaper. And it will be by my turn, it is your turn. It's turn of you to take back your country. I'm not contesting because I'm an Igbo man. I'm a proud Igbo man. But I'm contesting because I'm the best candidate.
Can you share this video to different groups? Let others join what is happening here live. This speech is filled with a lot of hope, a lot of restoration, and so many words of encouragement. Share it, share it, share it. Follow the page. If you follow this page, you're getting more updates of what is happening around Nigeria and beyond.
Go out and preach and vote. I'll show you, you know I've done it in Anambra State. I changed that state. So you can go there, see. If I say we're not going to steal your money. I saw the Anambra State. At the record, no governor in Nigeria. No governor in Nigeria. I've left their money.
So you heard him. He threw a few jibes here and there, and then some promises here and there as well. So the gloves are off from the hands of all of them now. They have just about 40 days to close this whole thing. Yeah, except it's changed again. So he has his supporters and they are growing. And the number, you know, the difference is also that those who are attending, those people you saw there, right? Those are the ones who could attend. They believe that a majority of the Obidients, they don't even attend rallies. They don't attend these rallies. So that they are working or they just couldn't face all the task of having to go through that, you know, I do follow them. Do you understand? So, and on the street, if you want to see where their polls are coming from, and when people tell you that it's always on social media, it's just social media, they will go away. I am advising you not to wave them aside, okay? They are not to be pushed aside anymore, right? So that they can lock the two establishments and bury them once and for all, or not is another story. But do not sit down there and think they don't mean anything. They do. And the owners of Nigeria are worried. Or you get to know their worries are going to be more pronounced in the days ahead. Gloves are off. There's no more pretense. They are going to be throwing the salvo. The numbers are increasing and decreasing on the one side. And the whole thing is moving so fast than I believe as many of them even planned. Look at this guy on the street. Oh.
10 naira to become 100 naira and 10 naira. You see there? Thank you. Just carry it. God punish Satan by making Nigeria to be a beggar. Anybody that make Nigeria to be beggar, God punish us. God punish us party. But for beginning of Nigeria, we are not going to be beggar. We are not going to make things cost, in that way. But we have to make Nigeria to be equal right. PP.
Which party?
Labour Party.
What's the Labour Party logo?
Labour Party's logo is all about Mama Pikin Party.
So are you coming out to vote that day?
I'm very, let's say 89% of Labour Party, because I cannot say 100%. Because what we mean that you have to change the Babylon roster series.
So Rima, if someone now give you 5,000 that day so that you vote for APC and PDP, will you vote for APC and PDP?
That's a mess. Somebody give me 5,000, I will call it. It's a point of correction of mess. Yes, it's as a journalist, sir, thank you very much. You asked a very nice question. As a journalist, yes, you give me 5,000, you are bribing me onto deep corruption, as you are bringing onto corruption. Me have to stand up as a good Nigerian, as a personal, and good for real, and say to you, your 5,000 is part of my money that is stolen away as APC, not PDP. PDP is very, very well, but now is one of the new party. PDP is far back, APC is far back. Peter B is new Nigeria. Thank you. I'm a fee of 10 naira to become 100 naira.
I think he's a bit tipsy. He's drunk, yeah? Drunk or tipsy. But he was able to say what he was going to do, yeah? Very clearly. Do you know that? So that means it is not just on social media, not just in the cities, even in the remotest of the remotest that you probably won't think of. There is something brewing. And don't see, listen, we can all drop our egos, okay? Right? I know a lot of us here predicted then that the whole thing won't even last for 2 months or 3 months. They would disappear. Some said they won't even the whole thing won't even last till December. They would disappear. But listen, if at this time, and you can see what is going on, right? It is ideal to acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. That they are not going anywhere. It's not looking like they are going anywhere. And from what we have been told, they are even like a deeper than what we actually know. Like what the reports are actually giving back. A lot of them. So if that is what the establishment is going to try to buy back, that means they are going to spend a lot of money to get a lot of, most of these people to look away or to buy them in order to be able to amount the enough number to declare themselves winner. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. It is deeper, as we have been told. They say it is deeper than what we are even being told. That is being reported. Is more deeper than that. And the establishment is worried too. So if they say revolution will happen, these are the kind of people that are going to take it wrongly. Because if Obi is in no way able to win or get rigged out, these are the people that can easily take the message and say, now they think they are cheating us or they're going to get away with it. And they are the ingredient of the revolution that some political jobbers will tell you they are inconsequential. But it seems deeper. Take a look at this one. All because they want to vote in 2023. Oh. In Beni?
Yes. They know what shepherd. They know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. And today I'm not carrying this video. Yes. They know what they are doing. This money. Only 5 cards. They don't give me 5 cards.
We go collect our card.
I mean, it may sound funny to you, right? If we have like 1,000 cameras sent down to Nigeria right now, doing Fox Pop, asking people here and there, going to the remote areas, you are likely not going to have enough resources to, I mean, you will not even be able to cover half of the country, right? But guess what? The reports you're going to get back, they will be startling shocking. Now, as they're going to be shocking, right? You may wave them away like, I forget the whole thing, Jare. But the owners of Nigeria are not forgetting the whole thing. Maybe you don't know yet, Abi. Time will tell you more. So, Mayegun, what are you saying you're going to say? Are you supporting us, or are you praying that they should rig us out? Listen, neither of the two. Because my support is useless to you. You don't need my support. You don't even need it. You have all you need. Am I praying for you to be rigged out? Well, if wishes were horses, well, maybe my wishes could come true. I would say, oh, maybe I wish. This is not a matter of wish. This is a matter of life and death. A lot of you say, this Obi is your life and death, final shots. If they do anything this time around, you are done with Nigeria, fine. But you forgot that it is also the life and death battle for these criminals who have lived all their lives on the rigged system. This is their own cash out time too. As some people are joking out there, they said, everybody came, they looted Nigeria. Bokwari came, looted Nigeria. It reached my turn now. All of you turn to obedient. You don't want me to take my own turn. It is life and death for many of them too. And they will fight it as they have always been doing. What I'm saying is that, I may be wrong, that you, Obedient, have made your mark enough to give the owners of Nigeria a big concern to have a second thought if their plan is to tame you by rigging. That's what I'm saying. Because that's why I said I may be wrong. Because if that should happen, they may have to contend with millions of people that they are not seeing because they don't want to see them. According to them, Obi is going nowhere, they will stop and the rest of that. So your presence is making them possibly have a rethink. That's why I said I may be wrong that it is actually not what it is, or I also may be right. But here is the main point. Whatever happened, in this whole thing, there is one thing that I'm very certain of. Nigeria will not remain the same again. Now, you see that battle? It's like battle of life and death from both sides. And that's what I'm saying. So if somebody is going to get cheated in that battle and not be defeated fair and square, do you really think they will tell you to go to Supreme Court and that's it? I don't think so. And that is why when I picked this up, and they said somewhere in Abuja, I believe.
This is the crowd. This is the crowd. We have been here since morning. And look at the time now. We have not gotten our PVCs. And people have been coming from morning, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. People have been coming to collect their PVCs. And we are not seeing it. Yes. They don't want to give us our PVC. So it's a plan to disenfranchise us in this forthcoming election. Look at the crowd in Nube primary. Yes, nothing. Look at the crowd. Please, INEC should do something about this. Please.
So for those who are smart, I mean, even for those who are not so smart, a lot of you know that this whole thing is deliberate. You know that, do you? There are already reports of making sure that some certain people from part of Nigeria are never going to be given their own voter's card. All of these are part of the systemic rigging and all that. But let me tell you something. The last time that we had something more reliable about what is this obedient real thing on the streets, it seems to be realer and intimidating or threatening to the establishment rather, than you can possibly imagine. Anyway, we have seen them in Enugu, we have seen them almost everywhere, and then like everyone else, we'll continue to follow them and then keeping the record of what they are saying and then at where and all that. Because, you know, in the process of doing this, we discovered that whenever Atiku wants to speak to the people of northern Nigeria during his campaign, he has a different message and tone of talking to them. When he comes down southern Nigeria and he is addressing the people of southern Nigeria, he has a different message for them, as well as the intonation of that message. For example, when Atiku is addressing the people of the north, he is reassuring them of their place in the, what do you call it? In the committee of, no, I don't want to use committee. You know, when it comes to the place of the northern Nigeria in the power sharing formation in Nigeria, the northern Nigeria believes that they are the rightful owner of, you know, their leadership in a way. However, in their own kind of fairness, whenever they give that opportunity to any other part of Nigeria, it is a privilege that they can withdraw anytime. So when Atiku is addressing them, he's reassuring them that he, as a northerner, will continue to make sure that their place is never challenged as the leading part of Nigeria, power broker, and what have you. When Atiku is addressing the southerners, first he will massage their egos. How southern Nigeria has been the golden goose laying the golden egg that Nigeria has been feasting on. Then he would then say, listen, I understand all your worries, but look at me very well. If you want to have an opportunity of leading Nigeria, look at me. I am the only way, the road, the window, as well as the contacts. Because the northern Nigeria is a place I represent. You know how powerful we are. I can use my power to protect you, the southerners, and I can give you the leadership someday by telling them in the north that they can trust you. Yeah, that's how Atiku addresses us in the south. Same thing with Tinubu. Tinubu has a different message for the people of the north whenever he's talking to them, and a different message for the people of southern Nigeria whenever he's addressing them. For example, whenever Tinubu go up north, he's always very conscious of what he says. Therefore, he would prefer to tailor his presentations and everything around religion, and then couple it, or should I say, cover the whole thing with a beggarly attitude. Look at me. I will do whatever you want. I have done everything. Go and ask a lot of people here. I have helped a lot of your people. I betrayed my people in 2011 for one of your brothers. Yes, I did. I also betrayed my people by lying to them that Bokwari is a progressive now, a repentant dictator who is now a progressive thief. So I lied to them and they believed me and they made your brother president. My people are suffering and in poverty right now. Courtesy of your brother, fine. We are not complaining. All I am saying is that I have done so much to show to you that I love Northern Nigeria. Ask these guys. I even choose one of you. A very, very, very reliable jihadist apologist, Shetima, against all norm and ethic. I became inconsiderate. I became somebody who doesn't care about how divided Nigeria has become. I still choose one of you. Just to let you know that I am at your mercy. Beggarly. When Tinubu go back to the south, he go back to the south with an entitlement of an emperor, somebody who made a lot of people. Therefore, hello, look around you. See what I have done. I have made people here. You all know me. Do you want me to change your life too? Pretty much like speaking to the defeated people. Entitled Tinubu. Of course, these are what I have observed following them and the audience they speak to. Are you with me? Peter Obi, that one they play smart one. Maybe because he's smart. When he goes to the church, he will tell them, take back your country. No religious person is buying bread cheaper. No one is buying bread cheaper because he's a Muslim or Christian. Nobody is buying, no one is paying a cheaper rent because they are from the north or from the east or from the west. Nobody is going to a different market to buy things that are cheaper just because of the religion they worship. He says that. And then he will couple and he will add again and he will say, please don't vote me because I am an Igbo man. Don't vote me because I'm a Christian. Just vote me because I can do the job. In fact, it will say, vote the person that could do the job. That is somewhere that they felt like is also using religion, which is not, but like I said, being smart or acting smart. And that seems to work for him. He went everywhere and he said, I am not in support of Biafra. He said that publicly. He said, I will listen to the agitators. That's what he said. Acting smart as well, right? I will listen to the agitators who want to leave Nigeria. I am not going to kill and shoot them. All right. That sounds good, right? But I believe Biafra, that's why he said Biafra is dead long time ago, 52 years ago, that he is a Nigerian and he wants to be Nigeria president. Now, that is working for him. So, and then when you look at the way he's addressing people, he's saying the same thing in the north, in the south. In fact, he's telling them that the northern Nigeria should be richer than the rest of Nigeria if they have tapped into their, that stuff. Like I said, it's either he's smart or he's politically smart, saying the right thing to the right people. So following them and listening to what they are saying gives you an idea of number one, what they actually stand for. Idea. I'm not saying what exactly, but an idea. And at the same time, it also gives you the opportunity to see through their own pretenses and all of that, right? And possibly you can be able to not feel so shocked or surprised when this whole thing will go down in another 6-7 weeks. I just thought I should give you that. Look at these guys. It is a different thing for different, they say different stroke for different folks, Abi. Look at these ones. So those are the guys, what it feels like on the streets. And then we hope, you know, they will be able to take it even down there to the poll if they ever have won. Mind you, like I said, different strokes for different folks. I don't even know if that's the right word, but it doesn't matter. You have an idea, Abby? Different stroke for different folks, okay? Listen to this woman. She has a different opinion. Mm-hmm.
He never reach his own town. Now kill. After our local, Mr. Obi can come out. You understand me? Even say this our local. Where the talk say our local. If you reach there, you understand me now. If you don't reach there, make you just stay patient. Make you see that 8 years where you want to do. Shebiti Buhari is going now. Buhari good, Buhari no good, Buhari better, Buhari die, Buhari no die. Now Buhari dead there. Now fake Buhari dead there. 8 years done. Don't pafuka now. Another person go enter. Make Obi go kill. After this 8 years, where we want to enter again, make Obi come out.
Wala. In this guy's voice. Portable. Wala. Listen to how 8 years, just like that. Ha! Mommy, 8 years. You called 8 years. Like say you say 8 hours or 8 days. Boko Haram has ruined millions of lives in the last 7 to 8 years now. Many of them will never recover again in their lives. I am not cursing them all, but they will never recover economically again with the damages that Boko Haram and APC have done to them. 8 years. Some people are dead because Boko Haram is giving terrorists amnesty. And he is arresting activists. They are jailing people that are questioning their way of ruling. Madam, 8 years, no be joke. 8 years. And guess what? Those are the people that are going to decide who is going to, or should I say, those are the type of people who decide who be your leader, governor, no, senator, whatever. Because according to them, it is turn by turn Nigeria Limited. Turn by turn. May everybody go kill. You go and kill. They are queuing to mortgage the future of your children. And you are okay with it. Adam. And there are many. There are many like her. And I think that is why, somehow, the obedient feels like, they don't feel wait for 8 years, madam. To them, No. They would rather send their call to old people's home. But you see the clash now. You see, this whole thing is actually like, how should I put it? It's like generational battle. Have you not noticed? I'll tell you. I'll give you examples again, okay? When you look at generations, right, who are in their 50s, you know why I'm using 50s, right? I'm going to be 40 soon. And that means majority of us majority of the people who are in their 40s, they are those who were born in the, in the late or mid 70s. I was born, near or mid 80s. So I'll be 40 years next year. So if you look at the age of those who came before my generation and my generation as well, people who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. If you notice that when young people are, for any reason, actively involved in anything, the most people that will indeed do their best to bully you to silence or try to tame you, and at the same time ensure that they work with the establishment that will continue to tame you and control you and enslave you while you continue to suffer and struggle, this generation are them. Somebody once told me, he said, Mayegun, the wahala in Nigeria, the trouble, the backwardness, the whole thing, Mayegun is not religion. I said, how? Oh, Mayegun, it's not religion. It's not tribal. It's not ethnic. It's none of those. It is class war. Something you can call generation or generational wars. So let me break it down for you so that you understand where this is coming from, okay? You might haven't noticed, and right now, I may have actually started making you think about this, right? When you are becoming politically active, conscious, where you begin to question things around you as a young person, when you look around those who are meant to guide you, nurture you, and give you enough courage to keep further. You are young. It is about your future. And you should have a say in it. I'm glad you are interested. Go further. They are mostly the people who are in their 40s who are going to tell you that you are either going too fast or the government needs to do something about you. Have you ever noticed that? I'll give you instances again. Let's go back to when we were in schools, your higher institutions. And for those of you who are in your higher institutions today, when you look at the categories of those who are sadist lecturers, you will realize that when you begin to check them, they are mostly in their 40s, 50s. Hateful, sort of bigoted, I don't know if I should call them animals. You encounter them. They are there to break your self-esteem, break your self-confidence. Make sure that from that stage, when you are about to begin to react to things around you, your government, policies, things that affect you directly, they will be there to break you from that school. They are mostly people older than you. They will tell you you are either going too fast or you are not following the laid down rules. Then if you finally get out of there and you ended up having to be walking, right? The moment you begin to show that part of you that is curious about your environment and you intend to make a bit of a change, that this is not right. When you look at the categories of people that are going to shut you down, they are mostly in their 40s, 50s. Unfortunately, they are mostly in their 60s too now. Then when you begin to react to your government, things around you, and all of that, then you see that those who are going to tell you, or either ask the government to deal with you, to shut you down. You are about to turn this country into another thing. Why are you wearing that kind of dress to school? Why are you wearing that kind of haircut? All of those things are systemic way of breaking you from being bold enough to challenge anything that is actually not acceptable around you. People in their 40s and their 50s, the Egbon Adubos, the useless Oloribruku uncles and aunties, they don't mean well for you. They will tell you that whatever you intend to do to challenge any status quo in any way of your life as a young person, they will tell you why you shouldn't. Because once you turn 40 in Nigeria, if you are lucky, right? After surviving the old systemic brutality and abuses all your life, no lights, no school, no hospital, no job, no infrastructure, no safety, hardship here and there, everything hardship, right? And corruption staring you on the face. Rich criminals and poor graduates. So you hit 40. You are already weather beaten. At that point, it is either Nigeria has already broken you totally. You have come to a term that you are just going to have to leave. Whatever comes your way, anything that it takes. So when they see young people, you remind them. That's what happened. All of you young people in your 20s, in your 30s, and some of you reasonable ones in your 40s, right? That are questioning your mate and say, why is AK like this? It has always been like that since when we were young. This guy is so stupid. Don't you care about your life? You are living in poverty and you are still supporting these criminals who are making life hell for us. You get what I mean? Yes, some of you are reasonable too. And then you look around and see those who are telling you that there's nothing you can do to change anything. Forget it, it's never going to happen. They are mostly in their 40s and in their 50s because Nigeria has made them come to that term. So every time all of you are doing, what do you call it? Every time you are doing your, we no go gree, we no go gree. You are reminding them of when they were younger like you. And before they knew it, right? Nigeria forced them into shape. Some of them got rewarded by being good boys to the system. Yes. Yeah, some of them got rewarded. Some of them were your mates. They were rewarded, they were given money, they were given riches, they were given positions in that asylum. After Nigeria broke them. So what happened? They became part of that system. So asking to change from it to something that actually, you know what I mean, is like declaring a war of them living a different life. So they are those, the class of those that are always going to ensure that the status quo remain, and your oppressors remain. Nigeria remains. If they couldn't do it when they were younger like you, what gave you that right that you want to change Nigeria? What made you think you can do it? What made you think that you have the right to do it? This is the generation of sadists. Some of them are your uncles and aunties. Some of them are your mommies and daddies. You hear them here and there. You laugh when they talk about this nonsense. These are the product of Nigeria that have agreed. And they are those who are the result of the ruined, destroyed, mismanaged, impoverished, and bro-beating contraption called Nigeria. Don't you get that? So if you are looking for, because you know why? When we're digging further, we realize that generally people believe that we have, what do you call it? Christian versus Muslim, which indeed a lot of people are actually playing the game with them. But here is it. When you look at those who are behind religious and the rest of all those division and crisis, ethnic and tribal crisis and here and there in Nigeria, when you look at those who are behind them, two things are happening. One, they don't believe in ethnic or tribal, what have you. Those who are Igbos among them, they don't believe in Igbo. Those who are Yorubas among them, they don't believe anything in Yoruba. Those who are Hausa Fulani among them, they don't give a damn about Hausa Fulani. But he pays the bill to identify as those. And that is why, as you remain divided as Christians or Muslims, those who profess to be Christians or Muslims among them, they don't believe in any goddamn religion. Everything is just a facade to make sure that once they put up those masks, there are many of you whose biases are associated with those, and they can easily hoodwink you into that. Our researches shows that none of your politicians believe in any religion. Now, a lot of you are going to support them because of their religion or where they come from. A lot of you are going to support them because of where they come from. But guess what? None of them believe in anywhere they come from. It is just a meal ticket. Me as a Yoruba man now, if I go into that to that Nigeria system, yeah, the first thing I have to gain access in is to claim to be speaking for the Yoruba people. I am representing my people, my Yoruba people. Then I would use that as my meal ticket to join the table. Meanwhile, when I join the table, my job has already been cut out for me. It is to make sure that Nigeria continue to marginalize everybody from everywhere. And that's true. Nobody is actually spared if we want to be reasonable among ourselves or with ourselves. So that's why I came to that time that none of them believe in all of this. So if you are in any way fighting or killing yourselves because of they did something to our man, we no go agree, you are just wasting your lives. That's my theory. Because none of them believe in anything. And that's why we say they can put up all this charade, put up all this deceit, put up anything and everything. You have a chance or a choice to believe them or not. I don't. Unfortunately, whether I believe them or I don't believe them, as long as Nigeria exists, I am still going to be the victim of the consequences of the decision you make in that place. Nobody can deny ourselves that. Yeah, I may tomorrow just decide to be British. Yes, I can. I have a chance of being a British person. I can choose tomorrow to be an American. I also have a choice and a chance to be an American. Yes, I do. I have a chance and choice of becoming a citizen of anywhere in the world. But would I becoming a citizen of America, citizen of Canada, or an American, a Canadian, a British, Irish, or any other citizenship that any of us pick from anywhere, would that then cut off our own biblical roots? I've been a biblical court, they call them, where them bury our biblical courts, where we have our families, loved ones. So whenever anything happened there, even if you are far away from it, even if you are not in any support of any of them, even if you don't give a damn, there are some certain moments that you have to give yourself a damn, which is your own, they say, mine moment. This is my moment where I cannot lie to myself. I can't lie to myself, rather. Your families, your loved ones, they will always, as long as Nigeria exists, they will always remain the available victims of whatever any of you decide in Nigeria. So that's why people like us won't stop talking. Somebody said, you are sitting down in the UK and you are inciting violence. That was the cheapest line people used to use. People sit abroad to incite. I don't know if people do that in a way, but when you come to Mayegun's diary political, that is one ingenious statement to make. I am somebody who actually helps you to understand the type of violence they are unleashing on you. And in fact, how much of this violence puts you in danger of every day you rise up to say you are a proud Nigerian. That's what I do. And most of the time, I report this violence exactly as they have happened. And I've always been, if you care about Nigeria, that's not a fight, that's not a war, that's not a call for war, right? You will come together and we will come together and decide that everybody should go their separate way. I'm not asking you to kill yourself for that. They're already killing you, kidnapping you. Seriously? So the point here is that the actors who are behind all of this, I happen to be one of those keeping the track and record of all of them. So you could not turn around and say the activities of what the consequences of what they are doing, things they are paying for or sponsoring that are claiming your lives and your future and your destiny, You can't turn around and say, you are just sitting down there and inciting. You must be that dumb. But you won't be the first. But the bottom line is that, yes, whatever you decide upon, whatever you do, there are consequences. It's not limited to you. No matter how far away we are from home, no matter how much we feel safer from home, we still get to take calls when any members of our family who are not just overnight turned to Canadians, overnight turned to Americans, they will always still be part of that contraption. And us, who have always been bearing the brunt of the failure of your criminal government, the criminals who always take from you and bring your own resources down to this place, leave you dejected, desolate, and poor. Right here from where we are, where you think we are inciting anything, other than asking you to possibly stop giving them that revalidation, stop renewing your data slavery certificates. Or if you choose to, because you can't for now, until you won't be able to anymore, a time is coming, and you are likely going to be on this side too, when you must have learnt your lesson and say, I actually thought it was a bad thing to say we should break up Nigeria. It makes sense now. It's not for fight. Referendum is not war, my brother. I know there's been so much ruin and destruction associated with Nigeria education in the last 60 years. Sadly, the product of that is a failed country where you have educated there or graduates who are like engineers, but they cannot build anything. Economists who cannot build an economy, right? And then on and on and on like that. Military who cannot defend the people, but kill the people. You get what I mean? Well, law court, the law that can no longer give justice, but injustice. All of these are product of your education, adulterated, poor, and terrible education that is deliberately put before you. Referendum is not war, my brother. Go and Google it. It is a democratic process. Just same way they're asking you to go get PVC and go and vote for one of those criminals and the rest of them to make your life better. And you believe, right? A referendum is a process where people will have to come out and tell you, explain to you why they don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. And it is legit, it is legal, except for a country that is not legal. Nigeria is not legal. Yeah. And the work of those criminals in hiding this away from you for so long is also expiring too. They can't keep it together for too long. You don't know. Yeah, maybe for a few more years and all that. But it's going to be turmoil from one turmoil to another. Then you will realize that they can't keep it together this way. You can't run a country this way. No way. So yeah, where a very much improved and quality education exists, you will never, ever, right, get hypertension, high blood pressure, right? Jump up from your seat, lose your temper, control, lose your mind, run mad, simply because somebody mentioned referendum to you. A simple education would have fixed that. But no thanks to the criminals that actually you still want to continue to keep that contraption together. I may not have the number now, or we may not have the number to actually get ourselves away from this contraption yet. But trust me, a process that will lead to that is mostly underway. And whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, as long as they continue with that madness called establishment or a system in Nigeria, even if you don't want Nigeria to break, you will sit down one day with so much heartbreak. For those of you who love Nigeria that much, right? With so much heartbreak, and you're going to see that Nigeria disintegrate. You won't agree with me right now. Maybe because you're obedient. I understand. And I really, really want it to last. Because in another 6-7 weeks, you may end up being on my side. Oh, my ego, you said it. We no go agree, we go burn this country down. So, but me, I don't support violence. So my ego forget violence. I was watching you all this while. I thought I was going to come back here and laugh at you and say, see, obese. You know what I mean? I am not trying to say it's not going to happen. I'm just saying, what is it going to be your plan? If what you think will happen don't happen. For example, Atiku is out of the game, except if he pull a stunt that will shock us in another few weeks, right? Imagine all of you, Emilokon, You have fought everybody. You have turned to tribal bigot on social media. You have turned to religious mad and what have you on social media because of Kolu, right? Let's say for a moment, maybe you haven't really probably thought about it, Abi. Just for a moment, you think, what if you wake up, if they do the charade election and the resting, right? And you wake up, and they say, Tinubu don't lose. What would be your first reaction? Cry? Break down? Break something? Start riot? You know why I'm asking all of this? Because I am speaking from experience, okay? And from what I have seen so far, this next few days is going to be boom, boom, boom. Just follow this page. Just follow. You will watch a lot. If you wake up tomorrow and say, Kolu don't lose, what will you do? No, don't rush me. Don't rush me. I'm going to ask everybody the same question, okay? Obedience. If you wake up and they make their announcement and they say, Tinubu is the elected president or something, they declare him, what will be your first reaction? That's what I'm saying. I said, just imagine. Stop reacting like somebody who feels like, they are holding his joy. I know there's no joy in some of you guys' faces, but I don't give a damn about that, by the way. But I'm asking a direct one. What would you do? See that one? That is, I'm going to go see film. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I want to see film. So some said that if Obi become president, he's not going to be president over northern Nigeria. And now the whole thing is rising up north as well. And as we speak, the northern Christians have been told are also going to revolute by shocking the northern Muslims who have been bragging about Arewa vote, Arewa this or that for the first time. So would that mean the demystification of the northern myth by Obidients? Now, after all of that, now if they announce Obi, what will be their reaction up north? May everybody what? Begin to wear helmets and bulletproof for how many days? How many weeks? I'm just saying. Just look around you. That's what I'm saying. Look around you and imagine all of this and tell me that you can see peace. Can you see peace? No, some said they don't want peace. They want war. I have done my part, okay? And whatever I've shared with you tonight, right? Just apart from the clips I've shared with you, right? Just believe that everything else is my opinion. You have yours. Are you eventually going to do what you think is right, Abi? For you. Just make sure that whatever you do, you are also bold enough to take responsibility for them. Meanwhile, I am going to go and make myself a cup of tea. Now, when I get back, I'll take one or two calls. Then I'll give you an update on our coming project, which is the Back to School project by the Yoruba Union Education team. They've done so well. And at the same time, we are doing well as well in the area of pulling our resources together. From last night to this moment, I have seen the response of a lot of people as well. I can say within that period, I have received on my own side what you can convert to like $500,000, which is not bad. We didn't have a chance of making much announcement on it last night because of the news of Idris, one of our guys here, whose sister is among those people kidnapped in Edo, in Egoben. You remember? So I spoke with Idris sometimes today, asking what was going on, and he did tell me that the kidnappers have made contacts. Those who kidnapped his sister, they have made contacts, and they were demanding for 30 million. Now they've cut it down to 10 million. Now, with more negotiation and all that, they are now asking them to just bring what they think they can bring. If it's substantial enough, they will let her go. Remember, there was a report that the terrorists were asking for 620 million to free the 20 people they kidnapped. Do you remember that? Well, they are speaking to the individual families of those they kidnapped, which Idris' sister is one of them. So they are negotiating with the families, and they are making calls every now and then. And the government, according to him, they just said they are on the matter. So you either pay or they kill your family. And I told him that from our own side, I will continue to wish, her a safe return. And wherever we need to come in and give our support in any way, we would love to. A lot of people have been asking me, how can they help him? And I said, well, I don't know much about it right now, but we would have to if we have to. Sure you get. So that's that. Then, yeah, we still have about 7 days to make sure that we meet our target. We want to give education support to 5,000 school children in Yoruba land in the next 2-3 weeks. That's some big stuff we want to embark on. And so far, so good. We have pulled our resources together and we have raised at least over 7 million naira right now. So, having done that, we are still pretty much a short of about 2 million to 3 million naira. You know why? Our project alone will cost us something about 8 million, I've been told. However, logistic and the rest of them will take even more extra to take it further. Okay, so to those who have shown interest, those who have shown support, thank you. I wish I could raise some money tonight, but let's keep it voluntary again, and then we'll dedicate another day where we can actually just do that and meet the target, mobilize the printers, and get all our people on the road. And then we want to see the faces of these beautiful children in Yoruba land who are going to benefit from it anyway, right? So I'll take a few calls, then I'll call it a night tonight. So share the broadcast, still like it. I know, like it if you haven't. And then subscribe if you haven't as well. And you can also pick up your phone. A WhatsApp, it's just a WhatsApp call only, right? And add your voice to this. I'll be back. I need a new cup of tea.
Buhari
Sorry for keeping you waiting, by the way.
Don't mention to play. Good evening, Naigo. It's
Good
only
evening,
for morning.
How are you?
Just a quick one. I noticed the last time we did this kind of exercise, you were coming out during the afternoon, and that I think went a long way to actually impact the contribution. Why? Because I noticed, maybe I'm wrong, some people cannot listen to you now because of work, especially those in diaspora. But during the day, they're home, and they will be able to contribute. They'll be able to don't make monetary.
Right?
Yeah. So if you can come out in the afternoon like you did the other time, maybe we'll have some people coming. And the little we are doing in the night, we might have, because I see there is a conflict of interest during the night because of what is happening in Nigeria at the moment.
I know.
Okay, that's what, politically. So that's what I think. Maybe if you come out during the afternoon and you dedicate that one to actually make
just before our main time in the evening. I think I would think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's good. Thank
you. Thank you. Bye-bye. That's all.
So, is that all you want to tell me?
I have a lot. What I want to add to it because
I actually thought you said one. Now I'm waiting for the second one. So, Baba.
Okay, second one because I don't want to take time for the people.
It's all right. Yeah, I mean, I can listen to that. Go on.
Politically, you have said it all. I was listening. I stumbled on a program. Somebody was just mentioned Mayegu. I said, and he was saying, I mean, I thank God for the handler of that program. She actually came in and actually stepped in and did a very good stoppage to that. Yeah. Yeah. Mayegu. Now I said, no, don't mention my Mayegu. Now, what people don't realize is they are too emotional. They attach too emotion to happenings without thinking. You see, so they like an emotion to override what. So what is happening in Nigeria? You have said it tonight, and they should. I've said a lot of things because I don't want to.
I think I get you right, but yeah, sometimes it can be very hard to take in. Sometimes, right? And when you are speaking from the neutral view, some people don't believe you are neutral. Do you get that now?
Of course.
Like, how could you say you are neutral in all of this? You have to take a side. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to take... Okay, if I'm going to take a side, this is my side. I want Yoruba nation. I want a process that will lead to that. Would you take my side?
You are not alone in that.
But they don't want to take my own side. So I'm like, I'm going to continue to comment as a neutral. Who is more interested in what the outcome of the whole exercise will be to start with?
Absolutely.
So emotion won't fix that. You know what I mean? It may be tough to take, but we still have to say it. We just have to say it.
Yeah. I've been in a situation whereby I was telling some people, some of them came from America, they said, then who do you want to vote for? You want to leave a Yoruba man to vote for an Igbo person or to a Hausa person? I say, how are you thinking like this? How do you even muzzle up the energy to campaign for an APC that has demonized Nigeria like this? You not bring any individual into it. APC should not be mentioned and count in Nigeria as we speak. Oh my God!
But they don't believe people that. Are not thinking. They are like, well, you know, it's a democracy in a way, which means they have the right to still be heard and seen. But that entitlement of them thinking that they even have the right to stand out there alone, that kind, come on. I will not be party to that. So yeah, thank you so much for chipping this in. Okay, I'm going to take a look at your advice because you know one thing. Why you are so right is that when we put this whole thing together, it wasn't about the crowd. It was about people who are interested and being available to be part of it, and it worked. So I agree with you. I'll work on that, sir. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much because we even have just a few days to go. We have unfortunately, I've had to agree with my team, my people who are working on this. That we just have to go with what is readily available. Instead of 100,000 copies for 10,000 or 12,000 school children, then we just have to cut it down to 50,000 exercise book for 6,000 school children. I wish we could do more. Honestly, I want us to do more, but time is not on our side. And at the same time, we just have so much on our plate.
Hello.
We just feel like we should just go ahead. Hello, sir.
My general.
The registrar, data bank manager of the Yoruba Union, Mr. Taiwo Oladile. How are you, sir? All right, sir.
Just two things. I'm to go for a meeting now, but I did like to talk before I go. And I say I'm not thinking about Nigeria again. I'm thinking about ourselves, the Yoruba Union, the Yoruba sons and daughters. General, I have seen two things that is our problem. Two things is our problem.
Okay.
Number one, education in the real sense of education. Many Nigerians lack it, whether they are abroad or they are at home. Education in the real sense of education.
A lot of us were miseducated. We thought we were educated, but we're miseducated. And it's playing out today.
Now, and the second thing is the political education, being politically informed.
Yes.
Because I am sure that Nigeria, many people are not politically informed. It's possible for like grandfather Yawomi. Politically.
Somehow, you are breaking up. I think it's the network.
Do something. Let's begin to look at. Yeah,
you might need to repeat yourself when you are talking about grandfather Yawomi. So we didn't hear all that.
I said my grandfather Yawomi, but the Baba was politically informed. Are you with me? So it's possible for those who are not well educated among our people in Yoruba, are well informed politically.
Yes.
Because when you are political idiots that are in millions in a country like we are having in Nigeria, now many millions are political idiots. That is where we are. So as a Yoruba people, if we don't want to experience all the gati in Nigeria and our nation, we should start working on that. Thank you, General.
God bless you, sir. Straight to the point, which is that political education. Political education, right, is beyond what you are taught or you are being taught in your schools, the four walls of your classrooms. Political education involves, or should I say includes, understanding that in a political era, in a society where you have to choose people to act on your behalf, there are many things that you have to consider. Out of them all, emotion is none of them. Now, in the process of being politically conscious, then you understand that whatever decision you make, or decision that a lot of people make, there will always be consequences for all these decisions. Therefore, then you have to, therefore you have to go into being very much confident about the characters of the type of people who are actually addressing you or the ones you are willing to speak on your behalf. When you look at their characters and you know that if these are the kind of the people that have been bringing about this backwardness and all of that upon you all this while, then you shouldn't blame them. Or should I say, don't blame what the politicians and the rest of them are doing to the people. Blame it on the people who are not politically conscious enough to understand the consequences of their choices. And sadly, they sometimes feels like when they make these wrong choices, a supreme being, God Almighty, will turn around and take away the mistake and fix the consequences of this mistake. But over time, reports and results and research have proved that no, it doesn't work that way. You will be you will be living with the consequences of your choices. And if you are smart enough, the ideal thing is never to make the same mistake you've made. The same mistake you made. that brought you to this sorry situation. No, people are willing to make the same mistake again and again, but they're always open. There's someone somewhere, Sky Daddy. The Sky Daddy will just come down and change their destiny. The Sky Daddy will come and just take away and change the mind of the corrupt criminals that they are rooting for. The Sky Daddy is just going to come down and start touching the heart of the rogues that are looting them for a living. Career criminals, career politicians. After you validate them, after you listen to their lies, after some of you are actually like willing to kill for them, when the consequences begin to actually haunt you, a lot of you believe that you can blackmail us by telling us about a Sky Daddy that is so powerful that it will touch the heart of your criminal leaders and they will do the right thing. But from 1960 to 2022, 62 years, my brothers and sisters, this Sky Daddy has actually ignored ignored you, probably because of your foolishness and the foolishness of your own parents who passed it up, down to you, telling you that if everything that you are, if all the mistakes and all the choices you have made that are going to come back and haunt you, right? Just go and pray to one Sky Daddy that will change their heart. If the Sky Daddy won't change their hearts, then there's something called karma, which is actually the what do you call it? The feel safe, or feel safe for the oppressed, impoverished, abused, and the traumatized Nigerians. Karma. So they believe that, my friend, let me tell you something. All of these people, the God that we serve, God is always angry with the people who actually treat the poor people bad. Baba, now we not be waiting your own people before you told you. They told you that listen, that you are poor is not a big thing. In fact, it is a good thing. Being a poor person, because the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is not really that thing. You need devil. You need the kingdom of God. You need this or that. So as a poor man, when politicians promise you something and they do something else, right? When you are living in squalor, in poverty, where you are being brutalized, when injustice becomes something that you get used to as a poor person, to console you, they say, don't worry, you will see how God is going to punish them. Because God hates people who treat poor people bad. And because of that, as a poor person, you suddenly feel comfortable in your poverty. I just know, say, God will fight for me. I have cried unto God. The cry of the poor people in Nigeria has reached heaven. Is that not what you are telling yourself? No, it doesn't work that way, my brother. No, that's not how things work. And like, Mr. Taiwo Oladele said, a real politically conscious person will not listen to any bullshit, watching idiots, right? Giving validation to criminals who are then mortgaging your today, your tomorrow, and your forever, including the generations that are yet unborn. And I remember when I was reading something about foolish people, they said, no matter how safe you think you are, no matter how educated you think you are, sometimes no matter how comfortable or okay economically you might think you are, please, if you haven't been told that you should be very, very, very afraid of foolish people, especially in large numbers. You know what they said about them? Foolish people in large numbers. In a democracy, they can elect a president, elect a governor, elect anything and everything. Criminals, crooked people that will then come back to make that your comfortability uncomfortable. That's your education useless. That's your economic economic comfort a misery. Now that's what happened. And from that day, ladies and gentlemen, and looking at what is happening in Nigeria and what will continue to happen in Nigeria, I am always very, very, very scared of foolish people in large numbers. Unfortunately, in the world that we have today, where foolish people have so much confidence. They are in large numbers. They have confidence. Intelligent people have doubts. Foolish people don't think. They just act. But we are suffering from their hand, or suffering in their hands, because those who are supposed to be intelligent people with facts to back up anything they say, so many of them are in doubt of their own competence and intelligence. Now look at the world today. In a world where people believe that it is turn by turn. If God, in a world where people believe that after choosing criminals, they go back to tell themselves that that criminal that they have given power to only able to become to become their leader because God, Sky Daddy, has chosen him or her to be their leader, to come and punish them, to even make matter worse. Some even believe that whatever they are going through in Nigeria today, the poverty, the insecurity, the corruption, the lawlessness, the injustice, name it. Some believe that it's actually because of their sins and the sins of other people in Nigeria. That's how foolish people think. Foolish people, they will continue to validate the certificate of the criminals who make their life hell. Then they turn around and say, we wouldn't have been able to do it. Even if we wanted to do it, and we know that, and we know that it's wrong. Maybe God just wanted us to do it, to punish us so that we can get sense. That's how foolish people think. And they are many. You are in your millions in Nigeria. Stupid, foolish, educated, miseducated morons, old and young. You are many in Nigeria, and I'm not afraid to tell you. Do you understand that? So it exists, and we know why. It's just that if you are politically conscious, if you have the right political education, like suggested earlier, so many of you will look back and say, how did I make all those foolish decisions? Was I kind of charmed? No, you are not charmed. You are just a foolish person. Okay? But one day you're going to probably see the light. Trust me. You're going to see the light. And you're going to look back and say, I wish, or you wish you never made those decisions. So that's what I'm saying. Or that's what I believe he was saying. Political education. Right? Understanding the political activities and the political players around you. The policies that these guys are pushing. How much of them are affecting you, and how are they affecting you for real? And what are you doing? To possibly resist and at the same time encourage others to do the same. That's why they call us rebels. People who have seen that there's no comfort in being slaves. There's no comfort in being just yes, 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 yes. There's no comfort in living in fear. A lot of you are living in fear. You know that. Rich people are living in fear. Poor people are living in fear. The fear of poverty. Poor people are living in fear of if they are going to survive tonight. And tomorrow they will be living again as, am I going to survive today? They are living for the day. Supposedly rich people are also living in fear. They have become so distant from reality, heartless and cold, not feeling of anything, because they are also scared. Let me tell you what they are scared of. They are scared of the monster they have created. Poverty is man-made. Nobody is created, should be created poor. Poverty is man-made. Wherever they are really much like so grown and so big, just know that a lot of people from that place are making a hell of a money from your poverty. And they will tell you anything. They will do anything to make you feel like it is normal. No, it is not. You know what I mean? So those who told you that you should be comfortable in poverty, it's because they are benefiting from it. So the day you said no, you are done. I mean, for real. Politically conscious person will see what this and that are doing to him or her. And if you have any means of cutting and stopping it, I don't think you should hesitate or doubt it. That's why I love everybody who has something to say. I'm not supporting this. I'm not for this Nigeria. I'm not for that. So political education is so important. I agree. And on that note, I'm going to actually draw my curtains. Do what you think is right for you. But at the same time, please, when you are making those decisions that you think are right for you, you should also endeavor to also be responsible for the consequences of those choices. It's as simple as that. Just maybe, the world will be saved from the influx of foolish people in large numbers. I'll draw my curtains there. Make your conclusion at your own time. Do what you think is right, like I said. Stand by it and don't falter, right? And whatever happens, be bold enough to say, yes, I believed in it. That's why I'm actually standing for it. As for Nigeria, don't worry. I believe that we are all in it together. If you don't want it to break up, if you are trying to hold it together, no problem, right? Because the people who are tearing Nigeria apart, those who brought us to this state, they are not relenting. In fact, they don't see themselves to have done anything wrong. So which means, whether you are an enabler, or a supporter, or whatever role you are playing, all of them are doing the great job, the best of the best job. You see this one where they pregnant, 2023 as they claim. Now all of us go witness the delivery so that we can then tell if indeed Nigeria is going to have another shot or not. Or we're just going to go to the not El Dorado. It's called Armageddon. I wish you all the best, or should I say, I wish you all you wish yourself or yourselves. I'll see you some other time. Just stay safe and stop believing like this kind of people. They are those who are actually like in charge of your, they're those behind your stagnancy. If there is a word like stagnancy, I know there's a word like stagnant. They're stagnant. So those who are supposed to be rich people, because they are scared, now they are resorting into what? Looting. They are afraid of poverty they created. They don't want to be poor. They've lost their mind. They want to loot. They are looting to own the world. That's the textbook definition of madness. Where do you think that is going to lead to? More people are going to crash into poverty. Yes. My ego don't talk like that. Obi is going to come and take... Okay. I asked you a question earlier. I said, what will happen if the criminals finally muzzle him out? Are you going to just disappear? Or are you going to actually like fight like your life depends on it? Or not? Whatever happens anyway. So if these guys have their upper hand, these criminals who are pushing us to this destructive state, who are not giving up, right? Once they push more of you into it, you are going to resist, even if you probably don't think you can right now. And the journey towards that, the road towards that, the anarchy, and the rest of what they have created, the rest of what their greed has created, okay, will eventually break up Nigeria. It doesn't matter whether you are an enabler, a supporter, or whatever it is. When Nigeria will break, you will not be able to stop it because you have no idea what you have contributed to, what you have been validating, and all of these decisions, apart from impoverishing you, making you unsafe, making you almost worthless in your country, in the hand of the criminals you gave power to, apart from all of this that they have done, right? Trust me, as much as said they are not giving up in all of this, right? It is just a matter of time before you wake up one day and then you realize that you can't save Nigeria. You will wish you can, but you can't. Again, I wish you all what you wish yourself. I'll see you again when I see you. Stay safe and good. Oh, there's something I wanted to show you just for the start, right? I thought I was going to leave that to the end, right? Now look at their data here. This is what they have put together as their registration and those who are eligible to vote. Okay, so the data, I am unable to go further on it as I wanted to, but I'll leave you with all of this. Okay, So whatever you can do with that, I will pick that up some other time when next time here. Another thing I wanted to show you is this. When I said that the criminals who brought Nigeria to this state, they are still not giving up. They are not done. And the renewal of this criminality is just a few weeks away. Okay? So eventually they will push you down. The rabbit hole that you are likely not going to be able to come out from, except the whole house is completely collapsed. Again, I will talk more about this some other time. Here is also another thing. When I was saying something about the class war in APC, the children of your leaders, your politicians in APC, the children of senators, the children of governors, the children of this and that, in APC, they are called young statesmen. Okay? Young statesmen. Which means these are the ones that they are grooming to come back and lead you morons, you hungry, humbled slaves, right? They are called young statesmen. Their papa are called elder. Meanwhile, for those of you born to suffer heads, you are called Jagaban soldier. Do you get that now? They call them Jagaban army. So which means you will not be the people who are going to ensure that the fathers, the certificate of the fathers who are your oppressors are renewed. Their children will continue to wait in the wing, and the rest of you continue to live in that your impoverished state that so many have actually normalized. Again, I'll talk about this some other time. There's so much I could have shared with you today. Here is another one. As they are telling you to get your PVC, get your PVC. This is a young girl. I've been a boy. Alaji Ali, go. In Borono, among those who are going to decide your fate is this 1992 born baby, right? So all of these are the things that I'm saying that you know about them. Some of you, based on wherever you belong to, you can always like, it no matter. That one no mean, that another, but they do mean. They're going to make more sense in the future of what is pregnant in this year 2023. Again, I wish you all you wish yourself. And I also say good night from here. And I'll see you some other time.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.